Shit, early in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Early in the morning, man. Yeah. Well, actually, my kids had a 2-hour delay in school
Because of the weather?
because of the weather. They soft over they soft around these
Oh,
parts,
for
man.
real.
I was just saying, I was like, yo, I don't think we ever had we had snow days and that was rare, but I don't remember having school delays.
Nah,
Yeah, nah. Nah, I don't remember no delays at all.
Yeah,
definitely.
it was no damn
Yeah,
school delays. I
it better
remember
been a
that.
blizzard.
Either you was off or you was on.
Yeah.
It wasn't no
Yeah.
come to school 2 hours late. The hell?
Yeah, that's wild. What they waiting for it to warm up? Like what the hell?
I mean, I guess when they like prepping the area with salt and getting all the snow out or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to hear that, man. Walk slow.
my hoopty, if just in case anybody want to know, is about 14 years old. So the lock mechanism stopped working this morning because it froze. They had the
Mechanism.
lock mechanism was a little froze. What's the face for, Jay? The car's 14 years old, man.
It's, it works fine.
Now it does because it had to thaw
It
out.
sounded like it was some trouble.
Yeah,
It was no trouble.
I had to get in on the passenger side.
Well, I had to do the same. My door was frozen, so I had to get it unlocked.
I had a car where my door handle just popped off, so I always had to get out. Yeah, you remember, buddy? So yeah. So, we ain't saying nothing here, but nah, the weather, man. I mean, so like over the like what was it? Saturday, the
Mhm.
snow came down crazy, and then like the morning, the next day, it hit again. So that junk was crazy.
Yeah, around here it snows Saturday. Then it picked up again a little bit Saturday night. Then it stopped. Then it started again that Sunday morning. So, and I had to shovel. I shoveled Saturday night. As soon as I got home from work, I shoveled. Then after I shoveled, it snowed again. Looked like I ain't do nothing. And then after I came home again on Sunday, I shoveled again, and it looked like I ain't never did nothing.
Yeah.
See, man.
Get your snowblower, man. Invest in one of those joints, man.
I keep saying that too.
Yeah,
I need to
man.
go.
Especially when you got like 20 acres, man. So
Yeah,
that's a lot of shoveling you doing.
Yeah,
man.
for real. Once it hurts your
You
back.
got that Boosie Badass type, layout around. Not bad.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that, but these temperatures ain't getting no better. They keep getting colder and colder.
But you said you was shoveling. Like, I'm done with shoveling. I pay people to shovel my shit. I'm not doing it no more.
I would if I could.
If it's something that I got to do real quick, like just so I can get out the garage and all that stuff. That's one thing. But yo, once it's down, I'm not doing it. I'm done.
Yeah, I would love to find somebody to come around and I could pay to shovel, but ain't nobody outside to come around to shovel.
Are they out there? You just got the people who do the landscaping. They hustling and doing this shit now.
Yeah, I have never seen them on the block yet.
Tell you, boy, take a drive around the neighborhood.
Yeah, somebody out there doing it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you just got fuck. Yeah, listen,
because everybody so far, all the neighbors they come out with their snow blowers and stuff, and they do their own. So I haven't seen it yet. So I'm like, I just see the plow come through.
Pull your gun on them and tell them, let him hold that shit, man. Pass that shit over here, man.
Ain't going to jail.
Okay. You know what? Now I think it's time to talk to the audience here.
Definitely.
Yeah, but even like but real quick, it's supposed to be worse this weekend.
I heard.
I ain't looking forward to it.
So nigga, you better go get you a snowblower right now.
Man,
you got a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it ain't on sale, man, that's the problem. And it'd be my luck that I go buy it. It's not on sale. I go buy it, and then it don't snow no more.
Well, it ain't gonna be on sale now. To get a snowblower on sale, you got to get it in the summer.
Yeah. So
it's now you're getting the full price. They might add a couple dollars on there.
yeah, it's terrible, man. So I don't know, man. I try my best because the shoveling is only messing me up even more. But if I don't get it done, you're just gonna just I'm gonna
I'm
fall.
saying I ain't
I'm gonna
got no
fall all over.
time.
Yeah.
I ain't got no time for no little dumbass backaches and shoulder hurting off of that. Like, nah.
I'm done. Once I do that, I'm done. Like I
Yeah.
can't do much of anything. I can't
And then you
move.
so
I don't.
bundled up where it's like you damn they can get a heart. People get heart attacks in shoveling snow.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Hell yeah, because you covered up. And like you think you're trying to stay warm, but you overexerting yourself with all these layers on.
Hmm.
So I like yeah. Like you'll start feeling shortness of breath. Or I'm completely done. I ain't doing that shit no more. As long as I got some bread to pay somebody, they're getting paid.
hey, hey, if you're they out there, please knock on my door so I can give you some bread to do the shoveling because my back can't take it no more. I'm dying.
Pause.
Yeah,
Pause.
boss.
Pause.
But you know what I mean. Let's get to the audience here. Welcome to Off the Parkway podcast. I'm your host James. My left or my right, if you whatever way you looking at it. I got Big Sue with me, and I
Yo
got
yo.
Lamar with me too. You know what I mean? So we were just talking about the snow, but how y'all feeling up? How y'all feeling otherwise?
This was that Martin Luther King Day. That
Martin
that
Luther the King.
Martin Luther the King Day helped out. That I guess for work wise, I still worked on that day. Don't tell nobody. I guess I just
Oh,
did.
I
I
work.
guess I just did, but
Sort of that.
but yeah. So that day was actually helpful. So I used that day to kind of see some of the the youth that I would be seeing later on in the week. So and it also extended the weekend a little bit. So it was a relaxing week, man. Everything's good, man.
Yeah, man. Besides the snow and all that stuff, it was a busy weekend. My kids had games. Um, they got canceled. Um, and then so kind of working through all that stuff. My son had a birthday party he went
Happy
to,
Happy B-Day,
and then he
Hadi.
had his own little party yesterday during Martin Luther King. You know, what
French
I mean,
toast.
so man, yeah, it was a lot going on this weekend, man. Witness my team take a heartbreaking L. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
it was ups and downs for me.
Well, same here. Same here. Ups and downs here. You know what I mean? But we can go since we're here. Since we're here, we might as well go right on
I'm trying to
into it.
figure out where the down was in your weekend, sir.
No, don't worry about it. We can talk about that. You know what I mean? We can go right to these
Yeah,
NFL
yeah,
playoffs.
yeah.
We can go right to the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like you said about your team, you know what I mean? I went for the Bears. I thought the Bears was gonna win personally, but you know what I mean? Y'all took it to overtime. It was a very good game to watch. Very good game to watch. You know what I mean? I see that y'all got a quarterback. Y'all got a quarterback. You know what I mean? He still got to learn, but y'all do got a quarterback. You know what I mean? There's still little miscues and that interception in overtime. I kind of want to blame DJ on that. Man. I don't know how you felt about that one. I kind of want to blame DJ on not changing his route to the way that Caleb was looking for. And it looked like he stopped running as well. But what you thought about it?
That play or just the
Yeah,
whole
that
thing?
well overall. But I was just talking about that play. But you know me.
Well, I mean, uh, man. Well, first of all, man, I again, I process this. I internalize these games on a different level. You know what I mean? As a fan, I'm one of those type of fans, man. That's like I've been sports fan my whole life, and as long as I've been a sports fan, I've been a Bears fan. So it's deeply rooted with me. So the team hasn't enjoyed much success, or in a long time, and so this was a very successful year. It was an exciting year. All the different the ways that they was winning, made you invest even more emotionally. So the big letdown was coming. Now the thing is that for me, man, I looked at it, and before the game, I'm like, you know what, on paper and the way everybody says it, the Rams is a better team. I picked the Bears. The weather, I thought that was going to be, a big advantage, and I think maybe it was. But the way I looked at it, I was like, yeah, this team they just offensively loaded, and Stafford is playing like he's about to be the MVP. So this might be a little bit too much, for us to overcome, and we probably not gonna win. You know what I mean? I just wanted us to compete. But the game starts, and not only are we competing, but we shutting down this all high powered offense. Our defense was playing well, and the defense was carrying us, man. And like, it was Caleb, he going give you some head scratches, pause, and then he gonna make some amazing plays or whatever. But people dropping passes, all that stuff, but we still in the game. We had turnovers, but we still in the game, and then obviously that crazy pass he made to tie the game and all that stuff, all that was there, but it just the overall thing of the game, and even that thing in overtime that you asked about, yeah, I think DJ Moore could have ran that route all the way through and at least put himself in position to get a hand on the ball, pause. But the dude cut it off. He slowed up, and it was unfortunate he caught the interception. Man, I wish Caleb didn't even throw that. All he had to do was get us in field goal position. He took the big chunk play. We didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Just get the first down. Worker was only like 15 yards away from field goal position. It was tough, and the thing that made that game tough for me is that we actually beat ourselves. They didn't look like the better team. Like, they really didn't. Like, they're gonna get smacked by Seahawks next week. Like, if they play anything like they played against us, they're getting smacked. But yeah, man, we beat ourselves. It was tough. It was a tough game to watch. But at the end of the day, man, that was nobody expected that from the Bears. That was a good season, man. And that's my long speech about the game, season. It's over for my boys, man. Now y'all guys is in there. Y'all going against each other. So good. All I can do is say good luck. Once my team lose, I'm done. I don't watch shit. I might not even watch the Super Bowl.
Good commercial.
I'm usually done by the playoffs.
They
I
got
don't even like. I watched it this deep, so I'm done. I'm about to be done with basketball, but that's a different subject. But go on.
Yeah, I do think, like, in the playoffs, like, when we start talking about every play is crucial, right? I think that's even magnified in the playoffs. Um, Caleb, I think Caleb is always. I think he's going to be a gunslinger for his career. Like, he'll go out there and he'll take them risks. But you need at some point that maturity is going to kick in. He's young, so I'm thinking he's going to have that time to mature and kind of value each possession, value the ball a lot more. But overall, good season for sure. The Bears name was definitely out there. I think you definitely. I mean, you're not going to sneak up on nobody. I think you guys, as long as you keep the core guys of who you got now, you could probably make another run, depending on how the league and trades and drafts and all that stuff start to shape up. Yeah, you definitely got to value the ball a lot more early on. Like, I look at it like in basketball, some of like when you start talking about turnovers, right? Those are better. I mean, those are more opportunities for you to score. So even early in the game, like, interceptions or turnover, things like that, it count for later on. So, I think as he grows, he matures, he looks back. I think he can look at this season as a success for himself. And also understand that he still got a lot of room to grow, but he's the quarterback. He don't have to look over his shoulder or anything like that. So, the future is bright for them.
Yeah, I agree. The Bears got a future to look up to. You know, once Caleb gets a little bit more mature in the game and gets more knowledgeable about different offenses going against the defense, that he'll be fine. I think he might be a Brett Favre type that's just going to be throwing the ball all over the place and getting interceptions. I think the sky's the limit for this guy. But like I said, I was going for the Bears to win, and I thought they defense was hitting. It was a lot of hitting in that game. You know what I mean? Dudes stepped up big time. When we last talked, that you were saying that the Bears couldn't stop nobody. They was out there. They was out there attacking. You
I
know what I
think the
mean?
weather helped. I think the weather helped a lot, because when it's slippery like that, all the cutting and certain movements, everything slows up. And I think that because that even they all had to wear different. Like they had a whole wetsuit on. Stafford had a whole wetsuit on, top to bottom or whatever. So I know that kind of some of his throws was off. He's never that inaccurate. You know what I mean? So I think the weather played a big part in it, but. Defense, they even with that, they used that to their advantage, and man, they had their opportunity, man.
Yeah, shout out to the Rams for pulling out the game in overtime, but the other you know what I mean? But that other NFC game was terrible, man. That damn San Fran and the Seahawks, man, that was a straight
Woo!
blowout city, man.
Called
Pause,
that one.
man.
Called that one.
Yeah,
Me
yeah,
too.
you did. 'Cause I was going for the underdog. I was like, man,
I
and
said they
I look
had too
at
much to overcome, man. Too
Yeah,
many injuries.
way too much, man. Like no offense. Like where you gonna get this offense from? Like, and it's like, bro, listen, that one player that you got that can go and the 50-50 throws with like, and Kittle's gonna get it. He's not available at all. No. And then and that other thing just came out. It's almost like they smell blood. It came out right from the gate, right out the
Out
kickoff.
the gate.
It's
Out the
like-
gate.
yeah, it was no looking back. So yeah, San Fran is I mean, they've been having a dark cloud like year after year, man. So I don't know. And so when we spoke like offline or whatever. You were saying like at some point they might have to look to their training. Like these guys are
Mm-hmm.
getting hurt at an alarming rate over there in San Fran, man. I know football brings injuries.
I actually saw a video where they said the training facility is next to like some plant, some electric plant or something like that, and it can lead to soft tissue injuries. Like, and this, if you look at over the years, they've been dealing with like they always banged up, and it don't be one or two, it'd be like the whole damn team, like every year, and somehow Kyle Shanahan make it work, but every year they be banged up, but I don't know, man, but ain't nobody got no dog in the race with these two teams, man, but Seattle, they look good, and I don't see the Rams beating them.
man, San Fran can just go to Cancun right now. They already lost. They
Yeah,
lost.
they join the Bears.
They lost their defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh. He's done. He went to. He's the new head coach of Tennessee now. So
Cancun.
they're gonna have a problem over there. They're gonna have to find a whole nother defensive coordinator to keep that defense on track because
Well, Doug
you know what I mean.
McDermott is out there. So, you know what I mean? Like, Mike Tomlin out there, it's plenty dudes out there, man.
Mike
This
Tomlin
has
said he's
been,
done.
yeah, they say he's taking the year, but yo, this been like I didn't even, expect. We kind of jumping all over the place. So like that with that fire, I'm about to say I didn't even expect McDermott to get fired, but I guess we can talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
There's some
We
it's,
gonna.
it's some games it's some other games that took place too. If you guys
Yeah,
if you guys know
on the
about.
AFC side.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get to the AFC. What you mean? Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. You can
Oh,
talk about your Patriots. Go ahead.
oh,
Go ahead.
okay. We just this bunch of wild little hooligans out here don't know no better. Out here partying hard. That's all. That's all we out here doing, man. Like, we don't know no better. We having fun. You, you know what? It's almost like what Bill Belichick used to say, like, do your fucking job. Everybody on our team, they're doing their job. Like the people who's supposed to catch the big plays, they're doing it. Like with Diggs and everybody defensively, like, oh my gosh, like that was like them two interceptions that we had early on. Like that was major. It's like everybody's doing their job. I don't. There is some big names, right? You got Drake May, Diggs. There's some big names, but they playing as a team, like, and they having fun doing it. Um, I don't think that. Yeah, I'm a of course, it's my team, so I don't I'm going with the fact that we gonna not know no better all the way to the Super Bowl. Right? I think it's an easy road there now that Knicks is hurt. Because we definitely gonna blitz the hell. What's y'all backup name?
Stidham.
Instead of
Yeah, oh yeah, we gonna whack him a couple times, but I think it's I don't want to look past that game because anything could happen, but I think this kind of gives us some time to actually settle in and realize what's really ahead in terms of that Super Bowl. So I'm gonna go ahead on and predict that we'll beat you guys by 2 touchdowns.
mm, mm,
I
mm.
say 2 touchdowns. Um, yeah, and we go there, and we either gonna show some that inexperience and get punched, or we win this dogfight.
Well, you know what I mean? That let's mention that y'all did play the Texans, number one. So CJ Stroud, man, what the hell was going on, man? He the one who messed
Sorry,
that
you
game.
picked the Texans.
That's what I'm saying. What the hell going on? Like,
You
you
gotta
know what I
give our
mean?
defense some credit. We rushed.
Nah, man, this dude 2 weeks in straight, man. This
Yeah,
dude throwing picks, all type of stuff, man. I don't understand them. You know what I mean? Y'all, their defense was holding on. You know what I mean? Y'all just after so many turnovers,
yeah.
it just got out of hand. You know what I mean? CJ Stroud let us down, man. I was going for them. Now he's in Cancun, man.
Feet up, feet up in
It's
Cancun.
all good, man. Maybe next year. Maybe Houston need to you know what I mean, get another offensive coordinator in there or something. I don't know. Gotta get something going on because that team needs some good offense going on, and they struggled this year. They sure did. What you got, Sue?
Yeah, I mean, I think Patriots they look good, man. Drake may look good. Um, I think Diggs is obviously he's steady, But what I like about the Patriots is that it's a total team effort. There's no superstar there that Drake May has to feel compelled to get the ball to all the time and all that. He's just gonna spread it around, pause, and their defense is solid. You know what I mean? So and they coach really well, man. You know what I mean? Vrabel's done a good job. He's always been a good coach. The Titans should have never let him go. Pause. So they look good doing it. They play. I know now is they playing Denver. Denver coming off they win, and that was you know that was a really good game right there playing Buffalo, and I think they got away with one because that was a catch. that 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 was a catch, man. That what your face said threw that
The interception?
Josh Allen threw that up there, man, and then he came down with it. And he on the ground, on top of him. Then he pulled it out.
Yeah,
But I think they should have ruled that a catch. But
because he's down, right?
that's what I,
Well, he
that's what
wasn't
I'm saying.
down. The problem was he was down, but he didn't have. They didn't say he had the full control of the ball. So since he
From
didn't
what
have,
I could see, it looked like he had control of the ball. I think what happened is that he had it, he had control, he hit the ground, boom. But when he hit the ground, he damn near knocked himself out. So then he let it go, and then the other dude still had it. He was right there. He rolled and popped it right out. Smart, great play by him. Great play by him to even do that. If you can fuck the ref up, you fuck the ref up. You know what I mean? It is what it is, So they got that. But came with a price, man. You know what I mean? Bo Nix, who played great. Bo Nix played damn near the best game I've seen him play all year. You know what I mean? Making some nice plays, knew when to use his feet,
yeah,
uh, threw the ball real well, pause. And so he looked like he was ready, man. And they call a play where all you need to do is just get yourself in a little bit of they was already in field goal position,
Yeah,
but you just trying to get yourself in the right angle, and they dial up a quarterback run to the side when you could have just handed off to a running back, and this dude breaks his fucking ankle. You know what I mean? And so now they won with a price. Bo Nix, he's out, and Jarrett Stidham's in there. Now, and I know you got a lot to say about everything, James, but I'm just gonna say this. Jarrett Stidham is not a slouch. He's actually a good backup. He's one of the better backups in the league. Now, not counting how Bo Nix played this last game that he was out, Jarrett Stidham is just as capable of doing anything Bo Nix does. You know what I mean? But Bo Nix looked different last game. He looked different. But
His
all the
last
other
his
games, Jarrett Stidham could do that. He's
his
actually a
last
good. He's
start
actually a pretty good backup.
his last
He-
start was like 2023.
I'm
Yeah, I
not.
think. Yeah.
I think it was like 2023.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he's actually decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
So
played some games when he took Russ out.
Okay.
yeah, I don't think that if Denver and again you could talk about the predictions and all that. If Denver lose next week, it ain't gonna be because Jarrett Stidham. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Well, that's all I asked for. You know what I mean? If we're gonna lose, I don't want him to be the
It
reason
ain't
why.
gonna be because of it. I don't think.
You know what I mean? So I hope Sean Payton comes with a game plan, which gives him, brings out his strengths than more than his flaws. He's not going to be as active with his feet like a Bo Nix. You know what I mean? But he might be a better pocket passer. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm hoping, that maybe he can make up for some things that Bo Nix is lacking. But
Well,
at the
I
end
hope
of
he
the
got
day,
to get the kinks out, and then we up 14 zip before he get cooking.
at the end of the day, man, this is the AFC Championship game. You know what I mean? Ain't really too much to talk about. We are here now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We battled against Buffalo, and you know what I mean? It is what it is. Exception or not, it happened. You know what I mean? And they blew up at the end of the game. They, you know what I mean, 2 penalties, and we closed out the game. They got a lot of issues as well because this dude, Josh Allen, a lot of turnovers with him. You know what I mean? If they could have did a lot different too, if they would have held on to the ball better than what they did. And we could have did better if we actually ran the ball. You know what I mean? I know I don't think he felt comfortable with the running back that we had, but come on now. If Bo Nix was our leading rusher, you gotta have some trust in the running back. But it's the AFC Championship game. We are home. We're against Pats. We need to show up. And you know what I mean? I think that we could still win as long as this dude manages the game. If he manages the game, we can pull this game out and get to the Super Bowl. Now, whatever team that we get there, like if it's like Seahawks, man, I tell you, we're gonna have to put something together. But my thing is we need to get there first. So, you know what I mean? I wish it was Bo Nix there, but I'm not upset that what we got, because we just got to make it happen. You know, I still got trust in our team. I'm gonna give us 3-point game, baby. Once again, 3-point game. Like I said last
Man,
time.
listen, man, y'all ain't talking enough shit for me, man. Like this the trip to the Super Bowl,
I
man.
just said we some young wild hooligans, so we don't know no better. Like we
See,
So
he in
all
a
right,
position.
so Patriots is the wild, the young boys that now no, but they out there just playing, knocking heads, doing whatever they know. What the hell we doing here? So we just went. So Denver, I mean, I don't see Denver being any much different than that. They got a quarterback in the same rookie draft class as Caleb and Jaden and all of them. Young team, young defense, a great defense with Denver. So these are 2 young teams, man, with 2 upstart quarterbacks that nobody picked in the beginning of the season. So, man,
pressure on them because they home.
Yeah,
Probably more pressure.
but they lost their starting quarterback. So now that pressure it kind of
Yeah.
slides back
He won
to New England.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The pressure on y'all right now because, you know what I mean, we expected to lose right now. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all up with the odds right now.
What
But
y'all betting, man? That's what the people want to know. What y'all putting on the house, man?
We got 20 push-ups on the next episode.
Okay. 20 push-ups and 10 burpees, man.
Oh! Like Burby straight. Yeah. But shout out to that dude Hunter too, man. He was putting in work that last game, for
Houston?
Houston. Oh, yeah.
Daniil Hunter been doing it
Oh
for
my
years.
gosh, man! Like, cause we had Campbell that was trying to block him. He ain't stand a chance. He ain't stand a chance. Like some of the moves that he was putting on, like sometimes it wasn't even no
Daniil
move.
Hunter and Will Anderson on both sides is
Oh my
is
gosh, like that.
is, is a
Yeah,
lot to deal with, bro.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
Daniil
we
Hunter
we
been
well, we gonna win.
Daniil
We
Hunter
gonna
been
win.
there for years.
We definitely gonna
Yeah.
Give
win.
me an L.
Well, you know what I mean? Sunday be here. You know, we got the early game, so hey, I'm looking forward
Hope it's
to it.
snowing too and be right here snowing with a house coat on.
I'll be watching some new show on Netflix. My season's over.
Come on, man, tune in.
His and hers, I heard that's pretty
That's
good.
really good. That's really good. That's really good.
I finished it up. It's pretty good.
Okay.
I
So
gotta
Beast of
watch.
Me,
No, I gotta check that. I'll check that out.
I gotta watch.
that's kind of dope too. Yeah,
Yeah, I
his and
just
hers
watched.
is all right. His and hers is all right. I ain't been into thrillers in a while, but me and the wife was watching it, so we just binged it. It was a dope movie. I mean, series rather.
Yeah, I just watched The Rip.
I
That
seen
was
that.
the
I seen
last
that
thing
up there too. I seen that.
Yeah. That's in like 2 seasons, right?
No, that's one movie. It's with Ben Affleck and
Oh, I was thinking of
Matt
Pit. My
Damon.
fault. I was thinking of Pit. Okay, how was that joint?
That was it was alright. That was alright. You know what I mean? It's one of those like corruption, law enforcement corruption type things, you know what I mean? So it was alright. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. You got a little bit Tiana Taylor in it.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's not bad. You can't go wrong with, you know what I mean, with Affleck and Damon together, man. You know what I mean?
Ben Affleck was on All the Smoke, man. They had him judging like hood movies and stuff like that. It was funny.
Mm.
He kind of tapped into the
He
culture,
tapped.
you know.
He's really tapped in. That's what I'm saying. I was like, oh, okay, Ben, I see you.
Yeah, he's kind of
Motherfucker with all
tapped
these
in.
Spanish chicks, man. He got him tapped in.
That's exactly what it was too. Yep.
That-
Jenny from the block.
yeah.
Hey, you get better chicks than me. I can tell you that much. But,
Okay, so let's go on to the NBA because we don't want to
We don't want
talk
to
about
lie to the viewers.
nonsense.
Let's not lie to the viewers
what's the
now.
problem?
Yeah, we ain't got no time. We ain't got no time for shenanigans and capping, sir.
It's the truth.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
We on these airwaves, and I'm not going to get too much
Anybody who
into it.
got Jenny from the block is the man.
You know what? Never mind.
Yes.
Let's go on to that. And yeah. I mean, I think we're done with the NFL. I mean, I know it was a couple coaches fired. Like Doug McDermott. We talked about McDermott.
Yeah.
That's Doug McDermott, right? Am I getting mixed up with the
Nah,
basketball player?
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Sean McDermott.
Yeah, he's Sean McDermott. I was like, hold on, Doug McDermott? Is that the basketball
That's
player? I
that's
know
the
I was messing
basketball
that
coach.
up.
Yeah, Sean.
Doug McDermott shoot the hell out that ball. But yeah, he got fired. I know McDaniel, he got hired as an OC. So that's gonna be happy. That's gonna be like kind of we're
Every
gonna
week.
see those
Every week.
changes coming up
Every week
soon.
thing.
Yeah, we're gonna start seeing them. There's been a lot. I think this has been the most coaches fired in a long time, and good coaches. It's
Yeah.
not like these are bum coaches. These are good coaches that's gonna get jobs right away.
Better win.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we go to NBA. They did
Yeah,
the
man.
All-Star selections
All-star selections, man.
for the starter selections.
Yeah.
Who's the starters on the East?
East, you got Jalen Brunson. You got Tyrese Maxey, Giannis. Who else was it? Missing two.
You
Jalen
got
Brown.
Giannis, Jalen Brown.
Cade Cunningham.
Who's the last one you just said, James?
Cade.
Oh yeah. I go with that because I was definitely looking. I'm like, yo, Brown better be on there.
Yeah, he's on there.
Brown been doing
Jalen
what
Brown
he
been
need to
putting
do
in a
this year.
lot of work, man.
him and
But
Cade.
it's kind of crazy how they did the starters this year because you got pretty much three guards. Well, actually, well, you know what I mean. Jalen Brown could be a 3 or 4, but
And
you know what
so
I
could
mean.
Cade Cunningham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 6'8".
So but that's for the East. So once again, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brown, and Giannis.
All deserving.
And for the Western Conference, we have Luka Doncic, Shea. You got Curry. You got Wemby, and my man from Denver,
Jokic.
That's
Jokic.
a
But
hell of a
Jokic
that's
probably not gonna play, I would
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I don't think he's going to play.
So somebody gonna take that place.
what did he hurt?
Knee. I think it was like a
His knee.
meniscus, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that slow poke shit caught up with him, huh? I did.
Yeah,
All you gotta
yeah.
do is run faster. He'll be all right, man.
Oh
No,
man.
Shake
But
off.
that's a hell of a lineup though for the
but
West.
the thing is something missing from that. There's something missing. Do we you see? Can we see where the missing piece is right there? It's something that's been a constant for the last
And
22 years, man.
and
Something missing right there in that
and you know what?
West All Star
And I'm
lineup, man.
and I'm gonna do something this year that I've never done. I'm gonna defend him.
No.
The two know I never do this. I'm gonna defend him on this one. The,
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to defend LeBron not being
I'm
in
gonna
the All-Star.
defend it. The man missed the first 15 games. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
with the sciatica, you know what I'm saying? Like this season,
Yeah.
my boy
Which
was
is
out.
legit in my book.
Hey, listen, man, that sciatica is a tough one. It crippled a
Yeah, it
lot of
is.
people. So, we got to give him that. But still, right now, when he plays, I think the defense is clearly lacking. He don't really guard like he used to, but he's still doing some things that people just not looking. I've never seen nobody move like this at this stage of their career. He got 21, 22 years. How many years he got in right now?
I think 22.
Yeah. So I
No,
think
23.
23?
yeah, that's crazy,
Woo.
bro. So I'm a defender. He was out. He was out for a major part of it. But yeah, it's still a shock not to see him in that starting lineup. Hold on, he'll be there. I think he got to. But to not see him in the starting lineup is a little different. It's the era is coming to an end at some point. But I had to defend him. It's something that I never did in terms of LeBron, man. As far as I'm concerned, we could swap him out with Kobe still today, for the reserve. Send LeBron home, put Kobe spirit in there as a reserve, man. I'll be all right with that.
LeBron has the most seasons with 23. This is the one that he broke the record. Since Carter had 22, and you have Robert Parrish, Kevin Willis, KG,
Kevin
and Dirk
Willis.
at 21.
Kevin Willis, yeah.
Yeah, I knew Kevin Willis was up there somewhere.
Yeah.
I knew he was in the 20s.
I know Robert Parrish was in there.
Yeah. But
Chief was in there.
but
He was terrible when he was in
I
there.
tell
I
you
don't know
what,
why they kept him around.
they ain't look like this.
Yeah,
No.
no.
They ain't look like
What you think's move about him being it's legit?
Yeah, it's you know what I mean, because of the games missed. You know what I mean? So I can't fault the NBA for, you know what I mean, forcing to put him there when he shouldn't be there. Especially with all this load management and stuff going on. I would say this is the right move of just not giving him the start. But at the end of the day, they're going to probably give him he's going to be in the game. He's probably going to take Jokic's spot. You know what I mean? They're going to have him in there somewhere.
He'll start. He'll start.
And the thing is, he might not even want to play like he didn't do it last year. So, you know what I mean? He might just be over it, you know what I mean, to be honest with you. But I'm okay with him not being a starter. Will he get the nod of being in the game? I think yes. I think he will turn it down. I think he's going to use that time to chill. But I'm all for it.
Who did
You know what I mean? You're injured.
who did
You know,
that?
I don't want to give out another message.
Who
You know,
did that
saying
for
that you can make
Jordan?
it.
Was it Vince Carter? He came off the bench for Jordan.
Yeah,
Like
I think so.
one, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
so I guess like if Joker's hurt, LeBron will still start. So, but it just getting voted in. But we could talk about the other old guy who did start, and that's in the lineup. And the oldest, I think he's the oldest player to start, I believe.
Ooh, Curry?
Yeah.
Well, he can't be because
Well,
LeBron
LeBron's
started
older.
last year.
He's the oldest guy on this team.
But before we go,
Like,
let me just get in there with
definitely, go
LeBron
ahead,
real
go right
quick.
ahead.
Uh, what a streak that is, man. We talking about 22 years of all stars starting. You know what I mean? Listen, I don't know who's gonna do that. I don't know. Right now, he's putting records out there that's just unbelievable. This one got snapped, but I mean, I don't think he's gonna snap the All Star record. Like y'all said, I think he's gonna be in there as reserve. Will he still play? I think he will play. I think LeBron, although he may be starting to be over these things, I think at the end of the day, he wants that to be tagged to him. You know what I mean? Because at this point, that's what he's playing for. Like, legacy and things like that. So just to add another all-star to the jacket, why not? You know what I mean? Like, and he'll just go out there, he'll play or not play, whatever, but he still want that shit tagged to him. So I think it's legit that he doesn't be the starter. That doesn't that doesn't mean that he's not playing at an all-star level when he is playing. I think he still is. He's still putting up numbers. He's still being helpful. Defense and all that stuff. Obviously, he's picking and choosing, trying to conserve himself. You know, obviously, this isn't a deep dive into LeBron because we can do that one day. You know what I mean? When we start talking about these GOAT conversations, they'll let him play, get his little burn in, still tag all-star. He just the starting streak is done though. They
I think he was prepared for that though.
I'm
With
sure.
missing those
I'm sure.
games.
Is
Yeah.
the streak being selected as a starter or just
I
starting?
think it's just his starter. Yeah, I mean,
So
I think
so if
since he's
Joker
been an
don't
all-star again, he's been the starter.
so if Joker don't play and he starts, it's just the streaks continue.
I don't know. It might not be. I think it might have to be selected
Selected starter,
to
yeah.
be a star.
Yeah.
I think it would still count.
Yeah, maybe
Gotta
so.
check that. Definitely gotta check that.
Starter's a starter. I don't give a fuck if I got there by default. Same thing like a
A reserve.
all-star or Pro
Yep.
Bowl. Like, I
Somebody
mean,
get
it
hurt, you
still
get in
counts.
there.
If you got written in the last second, they count as an
Yeah.
all-star. So
Any snubs?
for starting,
Yeah,
um,
this list, yeah.
see, the thing is, I think on the West Side, where you got Wemby and you got Jokic, you got players that's missed a lot of time. You know what I mean? And so you got some players who obviously play a little bit more. The Stubbs, I can't think. Do you want to look at um, Devin Booker, or do you want to look at Kevin Durant? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just it's different ways you can go on the East side of things. I think that's solid right there. All those guys that's on
Yeah.
that team is having pretty good years. That's why they went so guard heavy, and there's no real, because there's really been no dominant forwards in the West. I mean, in the East outside of Giannis. Um, so yeah, I think the East is solid, but the West you can kind of go different places with that one.
Ma,
Yeah, yeah.
any?
I'm thinking no, I think on both sides they deserve it. Like I just wanted them the one I was focusing on was Jalen Brown. And he's in there. So yeah, I don't see any no, I don't really see any snubs on either side. I think all those guys that starting are deserving.
Yeah, I know for me, I see I think Wemby is a starter, but with him missing so many games, he could be a good person to come off the bench, whatever. I would love to see Ant be a starter, and I'm okay with the Eastern Conference, even though I know somebody will have to take yeah, will have to come off the bench. And Donovan McNabb, no, I was about to say McNabb. Donovan Mitchell has been balling out of control for Cleveland, but
He's just been losing.
yeah, they just been losing. You know what I mean? and right now, when it comes down to popularity, Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Maxey is going to be there. You know what I mean? That's probably a future backcourt for All Stars going further. So, you know what I mean? I hate to see him there. You know what I mean? Not get recognized like he usually do because Donovan usually starts, but I don't see that being a snub. I just thought Ant was snubbed. You know what I mean? I thought Wimby should come off the bench. That's really it.
You know what's great, and it could be all by design too. But Wimby will have like an injury and be out, right? And then when he come back, it seems like he comes back and it's a TV game like TNT, and
Yeah.
he go crazy. Like when he out there, that's why I don't think it's hard to replace him because of the work he put in. You can argue Ant-Man too because he's definitely been going crazy lately, and he's a steady killer anyway. He got the personality for it and everything. But when every time Wimby come back, it's like a TNT game, and then he go out there and do stuff that you never seen. Like,
I'm going to be interested to see how they fill out the rest of the rosters on both sides because if you look at both starting sides, I think what we're going to see is a competitive all-star game because it's not a lot of the old guys that's in there that'll slow it up. You know what I mean? Throughout the years, you had the KDs, the LeBrons, the Hardens, the Kawhis, everybody who's taking it easy. Now you got all these younger dudes who got whether it's their first or second time starting guards. Like Cade gonna play hard,
yeah,
like Jalen Brown gonna play hard. Giannis always play hard. You know what I mean? Like Maxey's gonna play hard on the West Side. Wimby is gonna play really hard.
that's all he want to
That's
do.
just that he's gonna play really hard. So I think and Steph just the way he plays, period, it just because he's always running is going to just lend to the fact that he's out there playing hard. So we're going to get a competitive All Star game. I think this is going to be the first one we had in a long time, where and it's going to be led by Wimby, who's looking to be the face of the NBA. Is going to say, "Hey, look, this is how we're going to play it going forward. While I'm here, we going all out." And we're gonna see that. And again, you got a lot of these different these new faces on here on these all-star teams now, and I think it's gonna get competitive.
Are they still doing USA versus the world?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how they doing
It
though.
might not be it might not be enough. USA
Yeah.
The world gonna kick our ass.
kick our ass. Bad too.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good for ratings.
Well, yeah, they wanted to do something different. You saw.
Wemby, Shea, Giannis. They
Jo-
they lucky that
Joker,
Embiid ain't no good no more.
Joker.
Right. Yeah, Luca. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Luca, Joker.
USA don't want none of that.
Yeah, we let's cancel that game.
That's gonna get bad.
Yeah, let me see if they. It's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be USA versus the world. Yeah, so it's going to be a new format with two USA teams and one international team competing in a round robin tournament of 12-minute game.
That world team winning.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
They got
Yes,
too much. They got too much.
I would like to see how this actually takes place, but I mean, they're trying to.
And you
NBA's
gonna
trying so
split
many.
up the America into two?
Yeah,
We'll catch a L.
so they must be getting some of these international players are not going to be actual all stars, probably.
They'll have enough international players. They're gonna have so they'll have Giannis, Luca, Wemby, Shea. Who else? We just said it.
What the dude is the dude from Houston? Is he All Star game?
Şengün probably gonna end up being in there.
Yeah.
Probably because they don't. Because I know Jokic ain't gonna play, so you got to find another replacement for Jokic.
Right. Oh, that's what I was thinking of Jokic. Yeah, they're lucky he ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, so he's not gonna be there. But I tell you that Danny, what's his name, Danny Avia from Portland.
Mm. Yeah, he been
That
balling, but I don't know
baller.
if he's gonna make it in there.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it because this team is ass, but he been balling though. You know what I mean?
I know Washington, like, yeah, now you want to start playing good? That's crazy.
They're killing.
Start all that.
future Nick, you know,
But
it
yeah,
is
man,
what
it should be interesting, man. We'll see how it all shape up, man.
hey,
But
so we got 2 different topics here, you know what I mean? I don't know which way y'all wanna go, so we wanna talk about the gatekeeping or we wanna talk the 50-50?
gatekeeping, man.
Gatekeeper?
I
Gatekeeping?
mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could go anywhere. Pause.
We already said it, so we can start there and then go to the other one.
All right, let's go.
Alright. So pretty much Ryan Davis was on or comedian Ryan Davis is on the Club Shay Shay. He was talking about gatekeeping. And he's saying that sometimes gatekeeping is okay because there's some certain situations where people don't need to be in certain spaces because they just they're then they don't belong there because that's not their expertise. So he gave an example where he was going for King Richard and he was like, I don't have no acting experiences, whatever the case may be. Will Smith was there and Will Smith went before him and he was way better. And he was looking at them like, hey, why am I here? You know what I mean? I shouldn't be auditioning for this type of role. I should be doing something different. You know what I mean? For the question I'm gonna ask, is gatekeeping okay? And if it's not okay, when should how should we be looking at it as a whole? As we should be or should we be promoting it not being okay, or do we see it the same way he sees it?
So I am I'm a firm believer that everything is not for everybody. It's really not. I don't know who kind of I mean even for that role, like who would send him in there to play that type of role. I don't know him as that type of actor, but going in a different direction with it, like um if you if you have plans for something if you have plans for something and then you tell everybody about it, it could be to the point where it turns into a competition, right? And now somebody is actually after something that you want if you put that out there. Or I think gatekeeping can also be like, it's just something that you already done, something that you see as a nice pathway to success or whatever. And you trying to let other people know about it. I think that's okay. Um, but I'm okay if you don't tell people that information. I don't really see it as like gatekeeping. Like I think gatekeeping is like, yo, listen, man, we about to get these degrees. I'm not telling you about this degree. You can't go get your degree or something like I kind of look at it like that. But if you want to just keep the important things or your plans to yourself, I think that's okay. Like, even if you plan on bringing other people with you, um, on this journey, maybe you just don't let them know about it until things start to blossom a little bit. Because I mean, listen, I'm a believer in energy and the evil eye and stuff like that. So I don't think you could really let people into your plans at all times. Because somebody's really just not gonna understand your vision and they're gonna attempt to do something and kind of maybe even throw you out of the loop for achieving something. So yeah, I'm kind of iffy in terms of gatekeeping.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think it's every situation is different. You know what I mean? Like gatekeeping, if you doing it because that's if it's called that, and that's in that moment of time is if like, all right, I know about this situation. Eventually I want to bring you in, or eventually I want to tell you about it, but I know because I know who you are and how you move, you might not be patient, or you might mess something up, or you might, what I mean, you might not have the certain skill that I have to make this thing, kind of go before it actually blow up and manifest to what I'm looking for it to be. So I might have to hold this back from you, you know what I mean? And, almost for your own good type stuff. Sometimes, it ain't gatekeeping. It's just like, man, I'm protecting
Yeah,
it for the long run.
yeah.
I know the long play in mind, but then you might have a situation. I remember back in the day, man, with when it was, people had the throwback jerseys and stuff like that, man. I remember a friend of mine, man. He had a throwback hookup, man, but he wasn't telling everybody about it. You know what I mean? He was like, "Nah, I ain't telling everybody about this, man. I want to be I want to be one with all the different throwbacks and stuff like that." You know what I mean? And I think you could be all right with that. You know what I mean? Like, why he got to give up the
Yeah.
plug? You know what I mean? It's I guess it all depends. You know what I mean? So that guy don't want to give up the plug. Are they wrong? You know what I mean? Or is he being selective, or who he want to let in? Because if you give it the plug, now you blowing it up. Now everybody out here wearing the same jersey because you all got the same. So it
Like,
depends.
if you don't if you know that there's um if you go on Indeed, right, and you see that there's a director position available. It is not director, a director position, only one of them, right? Like, so am I going be letting other people know about this information that's out? Like, yo, listen, man, yo, we can go put in for this. I'm probably not going to do that. Like, is that
Nah, yeah,
gatekeeping?
yeah, yeah.
Like, that's I don't
No,
like that's
I don't think that's gatekeeping. I mean, self preservation at that point, whatever.
yeah,
But all three of us, we looking at we in the same field and we looking at the same thing. But I catch that before y'all do. Yeah, I'm gonna put my name in it first,
yeah,
but then if I don't get it, then I'll be like, hey man,
yeah.
it's out there.
Or,
But I
or
got to throw my name in the
or
hat.
if I get the position, I can now find ways to bring you guys in.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
a lot of people won't do that, and I think that's like gatekeeping. Like, you have opportunities to help people advance, and you don't give them that information. Like, I've experienced that a lot. Like, I know people who definitely have gatekeep plenty of different opportunities. Like, they won't give you the information that's needed. And it also is not self-preservation because giving me if they would have gave me the information, it wouldn't have changed their lives negatively. So now this is like you just kind of just holding out. Like, you don't want to help other people advance.
Yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, like I don't gatekeep on something like that, and it's selfish because like let's say like a job or something like that, and I'm gonna tell all my friends about it because I want to have fun at work,
Yeah.
so I want to get all my friends there so we can be in
Oh,
here playing around and
yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it's case by case,
Mhm,
man.
mhm.
What you think, Jay?
Yeah, I definitely go along with both sides of the coin with that. Like, I definitely think it's situational, and especially like when it comes to the jobs. Like, you know, what I mean, if you have the key to put people on and to better themselves, then you should do so. You know what I mean? Once that you know that you're stable in that position.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if you're new trying to get in, you got to get yourself in before you can help somebody else. So once you get in and you help somebody else, you know, it's all good. But I also believe that not everybody belongs in that space too. You know what I mean? Because not everybody's capable of holding it down like and represent who you are at the same time. Because if once you bring somebody in, they're a reflection of yourself, especially when you get to work and stuff like that. People look at you like, hey, you brought this motherfucker in here, man. Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I will look at it like that too. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you know what I mean? It might be okay for A, B, and C to come in here, but C, D, and F, nah, man. Like, y'all niggas is crazy. So I can't bring you in here because now you're gonna be making it hot for me. So, like, you know, that's why I kind of agree with some of that gatekeeping because some people don't belong in that certain space. Like now, he's talking about, you know what I mean, going for you know what I mean, going for a role in a movie. And it comes down to auditions, anybody can pretty much audition for a movie as long as you have the information to audition for the movie. Not saying that you're gonna get it, but you can try to get it. You know what I mean? Now, do you belong there? Who knows? That's based on your ability. Now, if you don't have a good ability of talent to act, then no, you shouldn't be there. But if you have some sort of talent to act, then you might get a chance to maybe not get that position, but get another role in
Mhm.
that same movie.
Yeah.
And that happened in other spaces. You know what I mean? Gatekeeping is is okay for when you are protecting your investment, you know what I mean? Protecting yourself, maybe protecting others. But, you know what I mean? At the same time, you want to put people on. I've always believed that you should put people on.
Yeah. Like the people be having this whole I've been saying this stuff for like last couple of weeks, like with this whole self-made, like nobody's self-made. It's some people in the background. You can have the idea, but you need other people to kind of make it flourish and things like that. But yeah, if I can put people on, it doesn't affect me in any negative way. Like they're not going to come on and take my position or anything like that. I think some people may not even worry about that. They just maybe worried about people doing better than them, whether financially, whether getting more notoriety or whatever. Like your position could be straight, but you're worried about the next person that you will help out, getting more glory and fame and or more money than you, so they do gatekeep. I think for those reasons, um, is a negative thing. But if you get an opportunity to help people, yeah, you should. Now we've all done that. My first job with Sue helped me out. Like he could have just said, "No, man, I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to tell you about this opportunity and things like that." I think that would have been gatekeeping
Yeah,
for him not to present that opportunity.
the crazy thing is, we gatekeep something like that. Somebody else is still going to get the opportunity because somebody else is going to bring that person in.
Yes.
So it's either you can try to bring in your own people
Yeah.
to create an environment of, what I mean, your people, and, you trying to put everything together and bring everybody up, or you're going to let somebody else do the same exact thing and bring their people in. And then,
Yeah.
what I mean, you're going to be the minority of the crew.
And the thing is that, like, when you do uplift people and help people out in those, it can always be returned. You know what I mean? Because like Maul mentioned, like, all right, I let him know about the opportunity when he was trying to figure out what he was going to do, with his career and all that stuff, and it turned into a long stance at another job, and then boom, I'm in a position where I have to leave that job. And, Maul knew about another opportunity to where, I'm able to damn near triple my worth, you know what I mean? Based on him paying it back, paying it forward, you know what I mean? So, what I mean? It can work out when you don't do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, hey, we seen the gatekeeping. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna mention how it used to be where we used to work at, but you wasn't with a black t-shirt, you know what I mean? Black t-shirt crew, you know.
Man, what's that? The dark side?
Yeah,
Dark side?
I'll tell you, you get nada.
But Derek was a part of that. Rest in peace, right, my boy?
Nah, that
No, before
that
that.
was something else.
Yeah,
That was
nada.
something
It
else.
I
was
think I know what y'all talking about. I know what y'all talking
yeah.
about. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
That stuff,
Yeah,
man. You
that
know what I
stuff.
mean?
That stuff. Damn.
They had that crew on lock, man. But hey, we made it through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we,
So
we definitely made our better on the other side.
yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. You know what I mean? I always say, you just gotta find the bright side of everything, man. If you work through anything, man. That's it. Sometimes things happen for a reason. You position yourself in a better situation, and look at you now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Y'all pretty much royalty. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay. This
What
ruined the whole thing.
what's the problem?
Yeah, freaking royalty. The hell?
Y'all not the king.
Next. Goddamn murder.
What's the next subject?
Well, you know what I mean? It was another conversation that came up about this whole 50-50 thing in the household. You know what I mean? It was, I guess some people are getting tired of it, but the way how the whole dating thing and how people select people nowadays, they're selecting them based off the income. So they are expecting you to have everything in place for them. And You don't really know them or understand them to even want to give that to them just yet. But they're putting everything out there early, like marriage and all that stuff, and they want to be taken care of in the beginning phases. So, how do y'all feel about well, I should say the 50-50 and the outlook of dating and just finding people together trying to get to know each other, you know?
Yeah, so
I so like me and Maul, we married. You know what I mean? So
not to each other,
yeah,
like, just
yeah.
for the listener.
Yes, 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 yes. We're separately married to
With
women,
women.
uh, beautiful black women, and I think that has to be, definitely, uh, stated correctly. So thank you for clarifying that.
Nigga, listeners, now my
Uh,
DM about to be going crazy with all these different colors, man.
oh shit! Welcome to the community.
Um,
Uh, uh, but yeah, Jez, I was interested to hear what's your thought on it? Because I mean, do you how you see yourself if you got to the point where you with somebody and you are in a situation where now you're sharing space, you're sharing a household, y'all bonded together by this unity. How are you handling things when it comes to percentages in the household? Well, how you look at it?
I know for me, I look at it like this when it comes down to building something together, and I say this for uh, all the young ones, the younger generation, or just people in general who's just trying to find a mate, period. You know what I mean? You want to put yourself in a position where you're not doing more than you should be doing. You know what I mean? So if you're trying to build together, you're supposed to be taking what you got and she's supposed to be taking what she has and you putting it together, and you don't have to take all your money and do that. You know what I mean? Just find a common ground and your goals. So if your goal is to have a house or even if it's an apartment, but what are you doing to go further? So if you're gonna put your money together, say I got X dollars here, she has X dollars there. We're putting it together. We're taking care of certain house bills and stuff like that. Now the thing is that I don't want to be in a position where I'm doing it by myself. If I'm, you know, going to be with somebody, if they're going to be living in the same roof with me, like why would I do it by myself? I'm like, I might as well just live by myself. You know what I mean? I have children, so I don't need another person to feed, especially a grown woman, you know what I mean, that who can do on their own. So the thing is, I look at it like this: if I have to do 100%, what are you doing? You know what I mean? How's it equal? How's it working? You know what I mean? I'm struggling to pay all this bills and all this stuff, and you telling me you just saved me your money. That's a slap to my face. You know what I mean? So what are we building this with? It's like now you're gatekeeping your money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gatekeep your money, so now you're putting a halt on the growth. You know what I mean? Certain things we can't do because you're relying on me to do everything. You know what I mean? I know that's old time thinking and stuff like that. A lot of older couples did that and stuff like that because they had to and stuff like that. But that's not realistic nowadays. Things are too expensive to be doing that stuff now. You know what I mean? So I know it's easier for y'all guys because y'all married and when you're married, it's almost like a structure. You already have that in mind. Like, hey, we're gonna put things together. Because usually when you hear people get married, you hear joint, joint bank accounts and stuff like that. So, usually the mindset is building together.
Yeah,
Am I wrong?
yeah, no, I think theoretically that's it, but you hear how you were just saying, like you would pay all the bills and then they would just have their money. Like that happens in marriages too. I think more so than being on the same page for that. So you gotta be on the you gotta say common grounds like mentally and have the same goals in terms of financials and stuff like that. Like I honestly think that should be a part of you guys' conversation and things like that. To be able to save. What are we doing with this money? Like I'm a big time saver. Like I mean I don't I'm saying I know what I'm saving for now, but I think even when I achieve that, I'm gonna still be a saver, right? So even if we're thinking about how you just said, like if I'm paying all the bills, are we investing your money? 'Cause that's what I would hope for, like, is your money going toward our dreams, like, and our goals? Because I'm paying everything, if that's the case, right? But I do think it could be, somebody significantly makes more, whatever, you can still share bills, and then maybe you even help her out with some of her stuff too, if you're able to do that. But it's a lot of girls in this new generation where you need to come in being able to pay their bills or you're not even qualified to date them. I think that's ridiculous. Like you're kind of out of your mind. I didn't introduce myself to you to take care of you, right? Like that shouldn't be a part of the criteria because what was you doing? Whatever that criteria was, you didn't have that at all. Like you're available at this point right now, right? I'm meeting you to date you. You clearly has never had these standards in a relationship, and now you put that on now with me. So I don't think that's even like fair. 50-50 it's probably never going to go that way because even if you did 50-50 when we go out to dinner, the men's probably paying for it. If you go on vacation, the man is probably paying for it. Um, you're not doing 50-50 everything. Like, but it's never even if it goes the other way, like, the women could pay more, it's just never really 50-50. Like, I don't really think that that's ever gonna be the case, but I do think that you guys, if you building towards something, it can't just be the man paying for everything and the woman not paying for nothing. Because I think the man is gonna view her a lot differently. But if he a hardworking man and make a lot of money, he's gonna view her differently if he's paying everything and she don't have to do anything. You're like another child.
Yeah, man. I think when it comes to this conversation, transparency is and communication is the biggest thing, man, because so we not, are you getting to a really, before the marriage is a relationship, right? You together. And when you together, it has to be a conversation of, all right, if we're gonna get married, if I propose to you, we engage, and we set the time when we're gonna get married. We can't be planning the honeymoon and planning the wedding. What we need to be planning is how we're gonna live the rest of our lives,
Yeah.
and I think that's what happens. That's what doesn't happen. You know what I mean? And any advice I would give anybody who's looking to make that step is that don't prioritize the honeymoon and what the wedding gonna look like, and put all that money on that. Prioritize how you gotta live, your lives going forward, you know what I mean? Finances is a big part of that. And if you go into a situation thinking how what the role of the husband is, or thinking what the role of the woman is, and that other person don't have that same thought as you and that same process as you, then you walking right into a problem. Because listen, everybody is it's fine to have to believe whatever they want to. So if you're a woman and you believe a man should pay for all the bills and all that stuff, you can believe that. You're not wrong to believe that. If you're a man and you feel the man should work hard to do that, or feel that it should be equally distributed, you're not wrong if you feel that way. The problem lies is if the other person don't understand how you feel. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Don't get into a thinking that, all right, let's just get married and I can fix it as in a marriage already. That'll never work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now you're gonna have two different philosophies, of how things should happen. And with me, I mean, like my the way I rationalize and make sense out of the world, like fairness for me is important. You know what I mean? Like, if something is off with me when it comes to, fair, it starts to bother me. So, like, if like you said, Maul, nothing is ever really 50-50.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's always gonna be some things that, a guy's gonna just is gonna take care of, you know what I mean? But the thing that get all the shine is bills, monthly bills. That's what gets all the thing, the credit of all. Is he paying the bill itself? For me, I don't know, man. It depends on what you walk into. It
Yeah,
depends on what you're married. If you married a woman who's just as career driven as you are, making within the same realm of money as you making, then I don't see a situation where they get to keep theirs and you still pay for
doesn't make
everything. I
sense.
just don't understand that. I don't get that. You know what I mean? And nobody can make me get that. You know. Now, if I got myself in a situation, and again, I'm making whatever I'm making all this money or something like that, and I pick this girl up, at Five Guys. I ain't expecting her to give me half of her check and nothing like that. Like, keep your money. You know what I mean? Like, I knew what I was getting myself into. You know what I mean? So I'm not. You won't benefit us with you giving me that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that ain't gonna help us. So I would rather you be more of a support in some other area than financial because that's not going to be your strong suit. You know what I mean? So if you just as educated as me, just as career driven as me, can have the opportunity to rise above whoever you need to, and making them, then we contributing together. You know what I mean? And all the the miscellaneous stuff that you said, trips, and you said, we talk about gift giving. That stuff is never on par with each other.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like, so all right, cool, whatever. You know what I mean? That's never going to be 50-50, but bills and stuff like that, I don't see the problem when it being that way. If you got two people on equal standing.
Yeah, so I got 2 things 'cause you mentioned transparency, right? Like, so if both people communicating, they being transparent, and she says like, I want a man who pays all the bills and, like, so, all right, fine, you put that out there, and then I ask, "Now what are you going to do when I do this?" It can't be like, I mean, just think about, like, rational people and people who are really trying to thrive in a relationship. It can't just be, "Oh, Imma do whatever I want," like, with my bills. Like, as a man, you should pay that. But, like, you gotta have a plan on what you're like, you have no more bills, I just took care of all of that. So now what are you gonna do with your money that's gonna help us in this relationship? Like, it has to be a mature answer that comes back from that if you're being transparent, like, and then, like, on the other side, it's like, it doesn't make sense, right, to be if you let's say you make both partners make 60,000, right? And then you get a raise and now you make 100,000. And then you take all the bills now, and now I'm just living basically the same way I was when I was making 60, probably even worse now because I have all these additional bills. That doesn't make sense. So like as a couple, and, so especially this power couple thing that they're trying to do, like, you really need to plan on what you're doing with your finances. Like, just because you started making more, now you're gonna take on more bills. Your lifestyle is really having advanced. You got more stuff on your plate now, and I don't think people factor that in. Like, yes, I may make more now, so you want me to take on everything? And now we can't grow anymore. Alright.
Yeah, I think that's the selfish side of people
Yes.
when it comes down to that. Now, I've seen a lot of these videos and stuff like that, a lot of these conversations that these women are having when it comes down to how they want to be married or how they view the finances should be. So when it comes down to that 50-50 stuff, they say no to that. They like, well, I want a guy to take all the bills on and I will cook and clean then. You know what I mean? But that's not it still doesn't equal out. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if I don't need, you know what I mean, it depends on the guy. Now, me personally, I don't believe that I need someone to cook and clean when I can just pay for that. You know what I mean? I can just use my own money and pay for that. You know what I mean? So I'm good when it comes to that. But when it comes down to these women, and I think a lot of delusion is into that because They always tell you what a man should be doing or what a man
And
wants.
never had it.
You can't tell me what a
Like,
man
that's a trigger for me.
you know what I mean? Like, I heard so much stuff in these conversations we're saying, well, you know what I mean? If a man's not trying to get married, you leave him alone because these men are out here, they're trying to get married. I'm like, how you where you getting this stuff from? Like, what men
Social
said
media,
this?
social media.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and but the problem is that the younger generation, they are believing this stuff. So and I'm gonna ask you guys this, like, with all the stuff that these women are saying, right? And they believe, because there's a lot of them that really believe this. They have children, they have sons. Why aren't they teaching their sons this stuff?
What teaching the sons what?
That they should be the 100%
Oh,
provider in the
because
household.
you know why? Because then they don't want no girl playing their son, right?
There you go.
Yep. "Oh, my he you
Because
ain't gonna
you
play
would
my
you
son."
would
Like, "But you could play me?"
yeah, because you would
That's different.
yeah, because you would think that it would be more men out here that wants to do 100%
Mhm.
because
But
they have
you
mothers
yep,
who believe that, and they taught them that, but they don't teach them that. They teach their guys, their sons, to protect themselves from women like them.
yeah, yeah. Listen,
You know what I mean?
I'm
So
still shocked that I'll tell you the criteria that they put out there, right? Like, the men should take care of all of that. A lot of them didn't have dads at home. Like, we're from communities where it was not two-parent households. So this figure, this man figure, prototype man, you didn't live with that. You never had that, like, growing up, or 'cause if you did, why you not with him, right? So, there's a lot of different questions when I ask that stuff, like, and a woman can't tell you can ideally say what you want, in a man, but it definitely doesn't work out like that, and you need
yeah,
to
I
be
have
able to
no
compromise.
problem. Yeah, I have no problem with them saying what they want, what their preferences are. Your preferences are your preferences. You know what I mean? If you want this, you want 100%, then you know that you got to go out there and you got to find that. And which, when you find that, what comes along with that, you're not going to, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to want. Or 9 times out of 10, you don't even qualify for it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So your preference or your preference. My problem is this: don't tell me what men want when you're not a man.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Don't tell me what men want. You know what I mean? Like, you got this inside track on what men want and do. I'm not going for
and
that.
ladies that's watching, don't think that if a man pays 100% of everything on your side, that he just wants you to cook and clean up. That's for you. Not
Tell you.
it wouldn't be for us, like Jay just said, we can go to McDonald's and get something, and you would never had to clean up because we might be junky anyway, so it's like we'll take care of our space.
Or you know what I mean? Or we can buy, we can get the cleaning service to
Yeah.
come to the house.
Y we pay all the bills,
We can get the
if
cleaning
that's the
service to
case.
come to the house. Certain things that we can do without them. Like, at the end of the day, all this back and forth, we don't need to take it.
And for me, I don't even want to make it sound like men versus women.
No, it's
You know what I
definitely
mean?
not.
I think it's just thinking,
And
it's extra thinking.
because I don't want it to even like sound like that because I feel like it's starting to come off like that a little bit because and I think I heard you say you know in the beginning more when you said that like it could be the other way around if the woman's making the making more money or something like that. It all applies, you know, man. But I just think that transparency and communication it has to be there in the beginning because if you just go in there with these expectations, this entitlement to think that you know I should get this, you know, what I mean, this is what you're supposed to do, like you said, smooth, you know, what a man's supposed to do, you know, and that's coming from the woman, like you know, like come on, you know, what I mean, let's throw these traditional roles out the window because we're not living in those times no more.
Mhm.
Women work now. Like,
Yeah.
we living by these archaic values when women didn't work or they didn't have equal opportunity. those days are. I mean, I don't know. So they still say that sometimes, it may not be equal pay on certain in certain job, fields and things like that. But for the most part, women can earn. You know what I mean? And they're very educated and they go getters and they hustlers, just like some men can be. You make that money. We don't get to keep it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no matter who you is, man and woman, you gotta, you know, to be a power couple, it takes both
Yeah,
It
to
takes
contribute.
two.
yeah,
You
Takes
know what I
two.
mean? So both contribute. Again, it may not always be financial, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And if this power couple is set up in a way where I'm, the man or woman is super successful and the other guy is not needed for the other person to add to it. They can contribute in other ways to make that power couple there, then great. But if both is there needed, communicate and say, all right, this is what I'm expecting. Are you going to be all right with this? Because when we get married, don't think we're changing
yeah,
because I'm not
yeah.
changing. You know what I mean? Like this is know that this is how I'm going to be. And if that's agreed upon, then go forward.
And last thing, if you flip it, the woman make 150 and the dude make 50, there isn't a couple. It ain't no 50-50. There's zero. Like she not even probably won't even look at you.
Yeah.
It not or that guy is going to be going through hell.
Talk you yeah, talk down talk down to him.
It's not too many that will take a man making less.
Not significantly.
It's
No.
not too many. But then, you know what I mean, if it's the other way around, they expect us to take in someone making less.
I guess no matter how much we try not to make it a man versus woman thing, it's going to be a man versus woman thing.
But
So,
we personally know people who has like men who have made less than their spouses, and it didn't work out.
yeah, I never heard of it. I never
Yeah,
heard of yeah,
it,
that super successful woman.
it,
Let me
it,
go.
it came up
Let me
plenty of
go
times.
talk to this guy who's working his regular 9 to 5, and yeah, that don't happen. But you'll see it the other way around. But it's
Yeah.
about. But that comes down to what what each sex is looking for. In a partner. You know what I mean? And I think men are really simple when it comes to what they're looking for. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a little bit more broader when it comes to financially. We're more or less looking for, you know, things that's more physically appeasing, and also that's a little bit more,
Supporting.
yeah, yeah. I was about to say emotionally appeasing as well, because we don't want
She's looking
nobody
for
that's going to be
peace.
sitting here, making my everyday a damn headache. You know what I'm saying? You know,
That
it's a lot, man. We can go so many places with this. You know what I
No,
mean?
I'll tell you that if I can come home every day to peace, that's
That's
valuable,
what some people
man.
want.
That's why I said that's very valuable. You know what I mean? But I don't think people understand that, like, you know what I mean, that back and forth nonsense all the time wears down on a person, man, and you just don't want to deal with it no more, you know? And you know what I mean, to go back to the money thing real quick is I seen it, you know what I mean, a guy making less, but it's always that actually worked because they were in the same ballpark.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It wasn't like a
Yeah.
big gap. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was like maybe like a
Yeah.
$10,000
Yeah.
gap
So
or a $5,000 gap.
150 and 50 is a big difference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, that's a big difference.
And before we go off of this, let me just speak for myself when I say that, because sometimes, subject matter can be twisted and took a certain way, especially depending on what we decide to clip up, and who decides to look on and catch a full episode of the podcast. So we're talking in generalizations.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not
Oh,
necessarily
I
about.
don't pay all the bills in my house. So
Uh,
so
this isn't all about our personal situation. Let me
yeah.
just say I love my wife very dearly, and we communicate,
The
and
disclaimer.
yeah, 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 we communicate, and we have our our arrangement on how we make things work, and we've never been evicted nowhere. We never we never been kicked out of a house. We we pay our bills on time, and we ain't missed one yet. And so, what our arrangement is, whatever that may be, we make it work, and we good. So I just want to make that clear before anybody misinterprets anything, including my wife, because sometimes she catches the pod, and I don't want her thinking nothing. You know.
Definitely
So
with
love you,
generalizing.
baby.
Definitely with generalizing.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, it was another good conversation, man. We made it again. So if you, once again, audience, if you like this type of content, hit that like button, share to everybody. I don't care if it's some strangers, and subscribe, man. And always, with these socials and anything like that, you can comment, comment what you like, comment on the clips. You know what I mean? But remember, those are clips of the whole episode. So if you are watching these clips, they're just a piece. Go and check out the full episode. You know what I mean? We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, man. So take the time to get to know us. We're here every week, sometimes 2 times a week, sometimes one, but we're here. You know what I mean? Take the time, give us a view and appreciate it, man. Until next time, we'll see you when we see you.